my, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering hers.
¿Están buscando la chichi?
And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as
¿Están buscando
well,
la chichi
now
nosotros?
that's an even
No,
rarer
¿verdad?
honor.
¿O sí?
What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No, no. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why,
cara de
yes, there
jadita.
is some information about it included in
madura
the
su mano,
sixth
¿qué hace?
commentary on the Seven Mountain Treatises. The Seven Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in
mira, ve.
contact with it for a prolonged
Tiene
period,
mucha energía elemental. De
best case
hecho, sí, lo
scenario,
puedo buscar
they
con la visión
fall
elemental,
ill.
¿no?
Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities
Exacto,
of
queremos
Smaragdus
decir que
Jadeite.
That is
Que
indeed
el
the case.
jade es
If you would be
tóxico.
so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus
¿Quién más estuvo
Jadeite
por aquí?
recently. A Snezhnayan
Un
merchant
comerciante
came to
Snezhnaya.
ask me about. But after I gave him my reply, his
¿Cuál era?
expression shifted to one of remarkable I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
¿Qué te importa?
You needn't concern yourself
Sí, no te
about that,
preocupes de
Dr.
cosas que no te
Baiju.
interesan.
Thank you for penning us that document.
Solo
I'll
escribe el
make sure to
documento que te
compensate
pedimos.
you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
Va, amigos, ahora tenemos que hablar con Roll otra vez.
Been like that. Well,
A
we have the
confrontarlo,
evidence
amigos.
we need. Let's go find Mr.
Ya, tenemos toda la evidencia para meterlo a la cárcel.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Sí, el resultado es que es un ladrón
My
mentiroso.
investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
¿Cuánto va a pagar
Wonderful.
Kroll?
Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the
Aquí se le
contract,
pone la cara pasmado a
Mr.
Kroll,
Crossell,
ve.
you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original
Ajá.
transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what?
Toca
Me
ah,
pay
la cara
her?
de tonto que te salió, ve.
Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at
No.
all. According to my
No, es original lo que
investigations
estabas
and the material
cantando.
evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite.
Esto no es
Now,
frita.
the contract states very
Es de baja
clearly
calidad.
that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you
Cuando está
cannot
el cortador
frame me like
de
this.
minerales.
I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and
Estafador.
yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake?
Paga esa
I
mano.
demand to see your evidence.
Indeed.
No me apunta con esa
Only a
mano
testimony
asquerosa.
from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an
Mira,
authoritative
vamos a
assessment of whether
mostrar
it is genuine.
Las pruebas de las
Traveler,
joyas de...
please produce the evidence in question.
Mostrar las pruebas del misterio del jade.
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing
Te voy a ponerlo en la
exactly?
farmacia ahorita, mira.
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Tengo más evidencia, la de la
Hard
farmacia.
evidence? Something legally binding?
O sea, que sale de la farmacia, mira.
Come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Va ese.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
No, no muestra eso.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the
Yo quería dar la
second.
farmacia, pero no me dejó.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
No te rindas,
Of
Janfei.
course I'm right. All
Nos
the
falta un
evidence
papel
shown
todavía.
supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one
Tenemos la
final
prueba
piece of
final.
evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
Mostrar las pruebas de la farmacia de
The
Bubu.
What's this?
Ah, se te puso la
Smaragdus
cara
Jadeite
pasmada otra
springs
vez.
forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm
Estafando
sure that
todo
the
el
ministry
mundo
will
aquí,
be
mira, ve.
relatively lenient considering
Atrapamos una
that,
ratota
as you
mentirosa y
say, you were
estafadora.
ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell.
perjudicando a las
I will make
personas,
sure
porque es
that all the
peligrosa.
evidence presented here will be handed over to the ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait!
Y págale 10 veces a la
I
clienta.
knew.
Oh,
Lo
so you knew?
sabías, que era todo
Oh,
falso.
dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, I... The hairpins aren't actually...
Aren't actually inlaid
Ah.
with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to
Ya,
say?
dinos.
You
¿Qué
do
tiene ese
understand,
material?
Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Di algo aparte de algo. Di algo aparte de yo.
She's seriously intimidating right now.
Así,
It's like she's a different
así que
person.
aquí son los asesores legales.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had
Ni que
inlaid
fuera
on those
policía.
hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite.
Ah, ya sí, ¿verdad?
But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel
Ah, ¿a ti te
extreme
enfermó? ¿Por eso ocupas los
discomfort.
guantes?
I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a
Trastorno
constant
de
state
personalidad
of
te dio por
agitation
ocupar el
too.
jade.
I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real
Pero la textura es
Smaragdus Jadeite in a
diferente.
specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Entonces pensabas defraudar a la señorita Xixiao.
Exactly. If they weren't
Eso es
the real
un
deal,
crimen.
why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
De todos modos, ya se
All
acabaron tus
right,
días de
let's cut the
negociante.
appeals phase right there. I
De una
failed to see
forma u
what
otra.
bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you
Págale.
must pay Mr. Chow 10 times
¿Quién
the
va a ir a
original
prisión por
price in
esto?
Mora,
Todo es
and that is
contractual.
final.
No penal.
10 times.
Ni modo, tú pusiste el
Crossell looks
contrato.
like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20 po... Mira, qué crack.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some
Mira qué
compensation for
moralmente
that.
correcta si Xiao perdió el producto sí o
Mr.
sí.
Chow, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But I... All right, then.
Sí,
This
parece una
cursed rock's
roca
brought me
cara
enough
que es
grief as it
venenosa
is.
para los humanos.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss
Vale,
Yunfei.
nos conseguimos ya
When
el
you have the
material
time,
super raro
I'll
que
be sure to
ocupábamos
visit and express my thanks
para
more
Madame Ping.
appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is
Pero
that
que es
so?
inmoralmente incorrecto
That's
porque
good.
ella fue cliente
That's
de
good.
ambos.
Actually,
Le hizo el contrato a
Mr.
Crossell
Crossell,
y
I'd like to talk
también un
business
contrato
for a second,
con
if I
Xiao.
may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Ah, sí, aunque no encontramos con algún inconveniente en el proceso.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to
Sí,
solve the
qué
problem
hueva,
with just
a
a big stack
documentazos,
of
no, mejor
documents.
a palazos que a documentazos.
Even though the
O a
solution didn't involve
espadazos.
actually finding the hairpins.
O a
The right
batazos.
solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution.
Nunca he visto un Adeptus así.
An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you?
Sí, así es.
In which case, you would have heard what Granny said.
También escuché lo de Madame
Lehigh
Ping.
Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In
Ajá.
any case,
¿Y qué me vas a
don't
dar
you think that
entonces?
the Lehigh Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal
No,
powers?
no lo creo.
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Esto ya no tiene una explicación racional.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
Démosle, Madame Ping. Le trajimos por fin su jadeíta Smaragdus. Aquí está, ve, Madame Ping. Tenga su obsequio, que es mi obsequio.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite?
La encontramos todo gracias a Yanfei.
Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me
Vale,
back
¿cuál
at
es mi
the
regalo,
office.
Madame
Oh,
Ping?
you.
Todo esto era para mi
All right,
regalo.
then. Go see to your business.
I'm off then. Bye. Oh, yes,
Nos vemos,
Traveler.
Yanfei.
Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into
Vale,
any
sabemos
trouble
que
with the
ocupamos un
law,
abogado.
come find me directly.
Cuando me vuelvan a
Regulars
acusar de
get discounts,
asesinato
too.
de dioses, puedo
Come
contactarla
now,
a ella.
child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot.
I'm leaving.
Adiós,
I'm
Yanfei.
leaving.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of
Una
talking
Adeptus
nonsense back
verdaderamente
in the day.
única.
Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place I once
abuela?
knew. All right
Mi
then.
regalo.
Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Así me lo prometiste.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
¿Cuánto
How's it
tardará?
made?
it is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all.
Ya tomó demasiado
Just
tiempo, hombre.
wait here for a moment.
Ya me quitaste como 2 horas de misiones. Madame Ping empieza a construir el regalo.
There we go. This Serenity Pot is
Tetera.
all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it,
¿Y qué me da?
goodness, who knows what might happen?
¿De qué sirve esta tetera?
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively
Ok,
inside.
gracias, abuela.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we
¿Y qué
supposed
poderes
to use
tiene esta
this
tetera?
teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything
Hay
you need
un
to know
genio aquí
about
dentro,
it.
o una genia aquí dentro. ¿Qué desbloqueamos? Mira, relájate. En esta misteriosa tetera llamada Relajación hay un mundo. Ve para continuar la misión. Tetera, entra a la tetera. ¿Puedo entrar a la tetera?